Welcome to Old Man Sports Talk. I'm your host, Old Man Nate, and it's over with in Provo, Utah. Hold on one second. All right. All right. It is over with. Here we go. Got that up a little bit. It's over with in Provo. The Sooners walk away with a win today, 31-24. I believe was a final. Let me check it real quick. Yeah, 31-24. By the way, let me look at. Let's go ahead. We're gonna pull up the stats for you real quick. Now, here's the thing. This is the first time this season that I haven't broken down games for OU. Who I give stats and all that. I didn't do that this today because honestly, I told y'all BYU was ranked 100th in offense and defense. This should not have been a close game. However, there are some, outside things that come into play, like weather and fans being hyped up, teams being hyped up because they're playing a team they're not used to playing. They're playing a team that historically has been great in football for decades, not just once in a while, but decades. So when you get that opportunity to play that team, it's like playing your Super Bowl or like playing the national championship. I I should have counted that into effect. At the end of the day, though, Sooners should have been able to run away with this win, and they didn't. They didn't do it, but they won. At the end of the day, they won. So let's take a look at some stats. Dylan Gabriel, 13 of 21, 191 yards, 2 touchdowns. Now, for all y'all Sooner fans that have been talking about how great this Sooner team would be if Jackson Arnold was playing, you got a dose of it today. Okay. Surprisingly, he played the second half. Dylan Gabriel was hurt right before the end of the first half. We still don't know his condition. We don't know if he's playing next Friday against TCU or if it'll be Jackson Arnold. But we got an unwelcome, and I say unwelcome because we weren't expecting it, dose of Jackson Arnold today. And Jackson Arnold did okay. He did not do great like everybody thought he was going to do. Everybody, if you're a Sooner fan, I've been hearing all season how Jackson Arnold would have had this team undefeated and number one in the country if he was the quarterback. And our future is very bright with Jackson Arnold. But Dylan Gabriel, this is his show. And he's done an excellent job this season. He has not done one thing to make people think that he was not capable of playing quarterback. He got hurt. Hopefully he's going to be okay. But let's look at Jackson Arnold's stance. Jackson Arnold was 5 for 9 for 33 yards. That's a 3.7 average. No touchdowns and no interceptions, okay? Rushing the ball, Gavin Sawchuk, 14 carries, another 100-yard game. 1 touchdown. His longest carry was 29 yards. Tawee Walker came in for a little bit, 5 carries for 25 yards. Everybody telling me Jackson Arnold could run the ball. Jackson Arnold could run the ball. Jackson Arnold, 8 carries, 24 yards. That's 3 yards a carry. All right. Dylan Gabriel, 4 carries for nothing. All right. So maybe you can say, well, Jackson Arnold can run it better than Dylan. Maybe he can. And I would agree with that. But it's still, at the end of the day, it's Dylan Gabriel's show. Receiving, Jaden Gibson was leading receiver. He only had 2 catches, 82 yards, and he didn't have a touchdown. Drake Stoops, 4 catches for 63. Jalil Farouk, 5 for 53. Now, I hope Jalil Farouk is okay. That play at the end of the game looked to me, I'm not a team physician, I'm not a doctor, but to me it looked like he did get a concussion there at the end of the game. All right. Now, does that mean he's going to be out next week against TCU? I don't know. There's different levels of concussions. There's different types, different levels really of concussions. He looked okay, but that we'll wait and see. Okay. We'll wait and see if he'll play next week against TCU. I hope he gets to play. I know he's ready to go back in the game. I seen him grab him. He was ready to go back in the game. And I hope he's okay. But we'll wait and see. Nick Anderson, 3 catches for 12 yards and a touchdown. And Austin Sogner caught 1 for 10. Tawee Walker 1 for 3. And Gavin Sawchuk 2 for 1. Fumbles. Gavin Sawchuk fumbled. We didn't lose it. Leading tackler. Who else? Danny Stutzman. 9, 3 of them solo. One tackle for loss. Billy Bowman. Billy Bowman saved OU today. Billy Bowman with 8 tackles, 6 solo, 1 for loss, and let's not forget about the pick 6 from our own goal line. He intercepted it at the goal line where BYU was trying to score and took it all the way to the other goal line. Took away 6 and gave us 6. That's a 14-point turnaround right there, right? It's a great job, Billy. All right. Let's take a look at some BYU stats. Their quarterback was 15 of 26, 173 yards, 2 touchdowns, and that 1 pick 6 that cost them the game. Their quarterback, Aiden Robbins, 22 carries, 182 yards. That's too much, man. 8.3 a carry, 25 being the longest. The quarterback carried the ball 13 times for 29 yards. Receiver, Cody Epps, 6 catches for 19 yards. Chase Roberts, 2 for 45 and a touchdown. Isaac Rex, 2 for 14 and a touchdown. Again, their quarterback fumbled 4 times and lost 2 of them. And he threw a pick 6. This whole loss is on their quarterback. By the way, is their backup quarterback. He's played the last 3 as their starter has been out. Their leading tackler, Talon Alfrey, had 10 tackles, 7 of them solo. Crew Wackley, 7 for 4, and Max Tooley, 7 for 3 solo. All right. So the Sooners get it done today, but it was very ugly. By the way, if you are not at Twin Peaks right now, 6500 Southwest 3rd in Oklahoma City, you're in the wrong spot. Get your butt up off your couch, get in your car, and drive on down here to Twin Peaks at 6500 Southwest 3rd in Oklahoma City, where guess what? You get to hang out with old man Nate after the game and drink a couple of brews and talk football. We'll watch a little bit of the next game, and then I'll be out. But yeah, great game today for the Sooners. Well, great win. Any win is a great win, so we'll take it. It was not what I projected. It was not what I thought would happen at all. But a W is a W. So if you're a Sooner fan tonight, what do you need to happen? You need to root. First of all, you need to root for OSU to lose. You root for OSU to lose this afternoon, then it could open up things this evening, right? If OSU loses, then more things are open for the Sooners to make it the Big 12 championship. You don't necessarily have to have the Texas loss or Iowa State win in Ames. But if OSU wins today, I know the BYU played OU tough. I don't see them playing OSU tough in Stillwater. So, I mean, anything can happen, right? I didn't think the Sooners I did not think it would be a close game today in Provo, but it was. So things can happen. Things are out of control. But let's hope for Houston to beat OSU and open things up. But if OSU wins, then you're gonna want Ames, Iowa State Cyclones to beat Texas tonight. All right. So there we go. All right, let's take a look at some scores so far. Right now, Michigan's up on Maryland, 31-24, with a minute 27 to go in the game, and Michigan has the ball. Louisville's up 38-31. Looks like they're going to win. Well, Miami's got the ball first and 10 to Miami 35. So one last play for Miami. Otherwise, Louisville's going to win. Arizona. Wow. Arizona is crushing Utah right now. 28-0 late in the second quarter. Tennessee's up on Georgia early in that game, 7-0. Iowa, look at this. Look at this. This is not a baseball score. I promise you. Iowa's up on Illinois early in the first, 2-0. All right. Notre Dame and Wake Forest are scoreless. North Carolina and Wake Forest are scoreless, but it looks like Clemson just got a turnover. North Carolina was about to score, and Clemson just got a turnover. Let's see if we can get some other scores. All right, Virginia's up on. Well, hold on. West Virginia's up on Cincinnati 21-0 in the second. Virginia's up on Duke 7-0, just starting the second. North Texas and Tulsa are tied at 7 in the second. UAB is up 7-0 on you. I'm sorry, Temple's up on UAB 7-0 starting the second. Arkansas State is up 14-10 late in the first. Colorado State is up on Nevada 17-3. And USC and UCLA just getting started are scoreless, along with North Carolina State and Virginia Tech. Baylor and TCU are scoreless. LSU and Troy are scoreless. UNLV's up on Air Force 7-0 in the first. And Western Kentucky's up on Sam Houston 7-0 in the first. Let's see if we have any other Big 12 scores going on right now. Like I mentioned, West Virginia's up on Cincinnati 21-0 in the second. Baylor and TCU are scoreless. And then Oklahoma beat BYU 31-24. So, hold on. I just got a message from one about Farouk. Let me read it here. Okay. So apparently they think he just had the wind knocked out of him. I think it was more than that, and I'm saying that because of how his movement was on his arms. But hey, I hope it was just the wind knocked out of him. I really do. But the way that his arms and head moved when he hit the ground, it made it seem like maybe he was even briefly knocked out for a second. Not saying he was. I wasn't right there. But it just seemed like it's a possibility he may have lost conscience for a brief second, which would initiate to me a concussion. So we'll see. I know the team's going to do a great job of evaluating him. They're not going to send him out there, say, hey, let's go play some football. They're going to do a great job of evaluating him today and tomorrow. That way he's ready to practice on Monday, if he is capable of practice on Monday. So, again, and Dylan Gabriel, we need to know what. I never heard no status on him. They showed a video that they thought he may have been injured on a tackle where his head possibly hit the ground, a concussion, but nothing at all has been released on that. So we don't know. I'll tell you what. Can the Sooners win with Jackson Arnold at quarterback? Yes, they can. They'll have, I mean, if Dylan Gabriel is not able to go next week, the one good thing that will have is the fact that Jackson Arnold will have a full week of preparation. And you've also had a whole season, because this is the last game of the season, regular season, where you had a chance to evaluate and what Jackson Arnold is good at, what he's not good at, what he's able to pick up on quickly, and then prepare him for this whole entire week if that's what the case is. So I'm confident that we have a coaching staff that will get Jackson Arnold prepared if need be. I'm not wanting that. I want Dylan Gabriel to finish the season out. But if we have to go that route, I am fully confident that our coaching staff can get the right play calls, get Jackson Arnold prepared. Again, he didn't look terrible today. Believe me, I've seen a lot worse quarterbacks. Hell, I've seen quarterback worse last week in Bevel. But I understand this is throwing up some questions for some of y'all right now. Some of y'all are like, well, why in the hell, if we redshirting Jackson Arnold, why didn't he come in last week? And why did he play this week? Why are we wasting his red shirt? Well, anybody that actually talks to me knows I called this from the get-go, right? When OU said that Jackson Arnold is redshirting and they put Bevel out there, look at the score. It was a 30-point lead. You did not need to waste a red shirt on Jackson Arnold. But I said after the game, if Dylan Gabriel gets hurt, the quarterback that's coming in is not going to be Bevel unless it's another blowout. If it was a 30-point blowout, like if we was beating BYU by 30 today, you wouldn't have seen Jackson Arnold. You would, unless it was a season-ending injury. If they knew it was a season-ending injury, then there was a good chance Jackson Arnold would have played. But with just a possibility of a concussion, you weren't going to, and a 30-point lead, you weren't going to waste a red shirt, but it wasn't a 30-point lead. Remember, we was tied. So different circumstances. And that is why today you've seen Jackson Arnold. Because we're still playing for championships around here. And the fact that the Big 12 championship is we still have a chance to make it there, that's why Jackson Arnold played today. And he didn't play bad. I believe, I really don't know what the reps are like at OU, but I know most NFL and in most colleges, the starter gets about 90% of the reps and the backup gets about 10. So even though the Sooners are pleased with how Jackson Arnold's progressing, they know he doesn't know a lot of the plays in the playbook. So that's why it was a little laid back today, mostly running the ball with him and Sawchuk, who both did a great job. Next week will be a lot more open. If Jackson Arnold has to play next week, the playbook will be a lot more open. So anyways, it'll be interesting. We'll see. We'll probably get by Tuesday. We'll know. By Tuesday, the Sooners will know who the quarterback is. How the season has played out, they don't really release conditions, injuries until the news, the conference, not conference, the media, and that's on Tuesday. So around 11 o'clock, 11:30, that's when Brent Venables will have his press conference, and we'll know then if Dylan's going or Jackson. Now he may not come out. He may come out and say, well, Dylan's looking okay. We'll see. It'll be a game time decision. That's probably what they'll do, unless it's obvious that he ain't playing. But I think that they'll prepare Jackson Arnold up until, because if it's a concussion, he may not be able to Dylan may not get on the field until Friday. and by then it's just a walkthrough. So I think it's going to be Jackson Arnold preparing all season or all week to play. And if he's ready to play, he's ready to play. And I expect him to be ready to go. So, anyways, Sooners win today. I won't say a great win. We won today, and we'll take that win. We need to hope for. I thought OSU was playing right now, but again, apparently they're not playing right now. For some reason, I thought they played this afternoon. And okay, they play here in about 5 minutes. Okay, that's what it is. So in about 5 minutes, we need to hope for the Houston Cougars to get a victory today. But if they don't win, we want Kansas and Iowa State to win tonight. You do that, as Sooner fans, you do that, things get a lot easier for you. All right, things will get a lot easier. So again, if you're not at Twin Peaks hanging out with old man Nate right now, you're in the wrong place. So get your butt up off your couch or wherever you're at, get in your car and drive on down to 6500 Southwest 3rd in Oklahoma City and drink a couple beers with old man Nate. Watch a little bit of the second game before old man Nate heads home and relaxes in his recliner to watch the rest of the Saturday night football. Okay. One real quick, we'll go over one last time. We'll go over the games, scores. Right now, Liberty's up 49-18. Jacksonville State's up 42-10. Middle Tennessee's up 24-21 halftime over UTEP. Rice over Charlotte 13-0 halftime. App State is up on James Madison 10-5 after 3. Now remember, that's where game day was at today. Everybody picked App State to win. I'm sorry. Everybody picked James Madison to win. Everybody's wrong today so far. Ball State's up 13-3 at halftime. Wyoming is crushing Hawaii 35-3 in the third. Arizona is up 28-7 late in the second on Utah. West Virginia is up 21-0 late in the second on Cincinnati. Duke and Virginia are tied at 7 in the second. North Texas and Tulsa are tied at 7 in the second. Temple's up on UAB 7-0 early in the second. Arkansas State is up on Texas State 14-10 early in the second. Colorado State is up 17-3 early in the second. Tennessee is up 7-3 in the first on Georgia. Iowa in a hockey game is up 2-0 on Illinois in the first. Wake Forest and Notre Dame are scoreless in the first. UCLA is up on USC 7-0 in the first. North Carolina State and Virginia Tech are scoreless in the first. Baylor is beating TCU 7-0 in the first. Louisiana and Troy are scoreless in the first. UNLV is beating Air Force 7-0 in the first. North Carolina and Clemson are scoreless in the first. Western Kentucky is up on Sam Houston 7-0 in the first. And finals for today. Michigan is beating Maryland 31-20 or beat Maryland 31-24. Louisville beat Miami 38-31. Alabama beat Chattanooga 66-10. Penn State beat Rutgers 27-6. Ole Miss beat Louisiana Monroe 35-3. OU beat BYU 31-24. Tulane beat Florida Atlantic 24-8. Army, go Army, beat Coastal Carolina. Damn, hold on. Hold on, I messed up there. All right, Army. Hold on, I think I got. Nope, I got. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. I apologize, guys. I messed it up. Somehow I clicked on something. Army beat Coastal Carolina 28-21. Michigan State beat Indiana 24-21. Mississippi State beat Southern Miss 41-20. Northwestern beat Purdue 23-15. Texas A&M beat Abilene Christian 38-10. UConn beat Sacred Heart 31-3. Navy beat East Carolina 10-0. And SMU beat Memphis 38-34. Finals on Tuesday. Toledo beat Bowling Green 32-31. Northern Illinois beat Western Michigan 24-0. And Eastern Michigan beat Akron 30-27. On Wednesday, Ohio beat Central Michigan 34-20. Miami, Ohio beat Buffalo 23-10. And on Thursday, Pittsburgh beat Boston College 24-16. And finals yesterday, UTSA, University of Texas San Antonio, beat South Florida 49-21. And Washington State beat Colorado 56-14. All right, so there we go. That's the finals of college football. That's the scores update on all of college football. Oklahoma State and Houston are about to kick off here. Again, if you're not at Twin Peaks, come on down to 6500 Southwest 3rd Street. Have a couple of beers. Get you something to eat right here at Twin Peaks. Old man Nate will be here for a little bit before he has to head home. And you can watch a little bit of football, chat it up with old man Nate. I'm in the caveman, so come on down here to old man Nate, or come on down here to Twin Peaks and hang out with old man Nate. Next, our next televised event will be next Friday. That's right, Black Friday. We will be right back here at Twin Peaks as OU plays TCU at 11 a.m. on Black Friday. So, for those of you who don't have to work, come on down here and hang out with old man Nate. We are not going to be here on Saturday. We're going to be here on Black Friday. Okay? So, again, for the rest of the day, Sooner fans, root for Houston. Root for Iowa State and root for Kansas. Those three games right there, that's who you're rooting for. All right. I appreciate everybody calling in today or watching the videos, watching the live. I appreciate all you guys' support. If you haven't already, please take the time to go to oldmancoffee.shop and get you some coffee. We have 47 different flavors of coffee you can choose from. We have tumblers you can drink your coffee out of, and we have t-shirts. So support old man Nate with buying tumblers, t-shirts, and coffee. And then come on down to Twin Peaks and hang out with old man Nate. We appreciate all the support. You guys are, again, thank you for everything. We will be here next Friday at 10 a.m. for the OU TCU game. All right. Until then, we'll see you next time right here on Old Man Sports Talk.